Alright. I recently was in Oakville, Ontario, and one of my favorite Christmas movies, even though this is not Christmas time, it's summertime, is The Santa Claus Boat. When in Rome, we were in Oakville. We weren't in Rome, we were in Oakville. So Tim Allen, Eric Lloyd, it's about the glare from the camera, The Santa Claus, directed by John Paskin, shot in Oakville, Canada, 1994, and some other surrounding spots as well. Scarborough. And we're going to take a look at the spots we shot for The Santa Claus. Tim Allen was driving right down this way. You see this intersection. He drives right through here in the Santa Claus. They get a good shot. Swiss Interiors coming up right here on our right was seen in the film, and it's still here today. This was Swiss Interiors, heavily featured in the Santa Claus. It's now a hair boutique. It's funny because Swiss Interiors website still says it's right here, 217, but it's this building. This was Swiss Interiors, featured in the Santa Claus. At Scott Calvin's house, Charlie heard noises in the night. Santa was right up on the roof here. Scott came out, running down these stairs. Santa slid off the roof. Obviously there's a little bit of movie magic because he didn't come down here, he would have ended up over there. But he slid right off here, but when he landed, he was right over here. The ladder appeared right here in front of Charlie, and they climbed the ladder on top of that roof where Santa's sleigh was. They go up these stairs at the beginning of the movie when he arrives home, coming home from work. Go up there to try to cook Christmas dinner before heading to our next spot. Scott Calvin's house, Tim Allen. The Santa Claus, right there. It was also featured again in a throwback scene in Santa Claus 3, Martin Short, and they're tussling here on the grass. That could have been filmed somewhere else, hard to say, but that's where the suit was. It's very cool. I've been in love with this movie every Christmas since it came out when I was a little kid. 33-year-old man, and I'm excited about Santa's house. From the Santa Claus, Tim Allen. Right here, walk these steps. And that's pretty cool. I find things like this cool, fascinating. Pretty much it. Don't worry, Denny's, it's always open. The kid says, I don't want to eat here. What are you talking about? Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution. This here was the Denny's they pulled up to. It's a supermarket now. This is the Denny's. Run around and get the angle. This was the Denny's from the Santa Claus. They had no chocolate milk, no eggnog, and no apple pie. But all the other dads, along with Tim Allen, who burned the turkey, right in there, Christmas Eve. That was Denny's. John Ross Robertson Public School. The interiors were used for Charlie's class scene. Tim Allen and Eric Lloyd, who played Charlie, would have been in one of these rooms. This was the school. Also used in Billy Madison, but yeah, they used this school, and Charlie said, my dad is Santa Claus. Oh boy. I love Tim Allen in there. What he's saying is I'm like Santa Claus. But anyway, let's get a closer look at John Ross Robertson Public School, used in the Santa Claus and Billy Madison. Can't really get inside, of course. It's closed, but all the interiors were used for Billy Madison and the Santa Claus. That's funny. You mean, I want to become Santa, all I gotta do is push you off a roof? The soccer field over here, where they were playing the soccer game. Charlie, played by Eric Lloyd, would have been playing his game of soccer. Right over here you can see these houses featured in the film. This is it. Kind of expected it to be a little bigger, but this is the soccer field. Eric Lloyd, Tim Allen was watching him. See the houses over here. In the film, I looked differently at the time. I'm sure the trees have grown up quite a bit. This is it. This is the soccer field at Hillcrest Park, Toronto, used in the Santa Claus. Where all the kids come up. He was on one of these benches. Thought the bench was more or less over either where that picnic table is or just over here. Pretty sure it was over here. The benches would have changed, of course. Things don't stay the same after 25, 26, 27 years. I don't know. This bench over here is where, right around the location, one of these benches, Tim Allen was sitting. Charlie was playing soccer, and the girl came up and said she wanted ballerina slippers. Next thing you know, there's a gigantic line of kids lining up. He was looking more like Santa at this point. Right here, this park. These houses prominently used in the background, and this was the field where he had the soccer game. That's it though. Hillcrest Park here in Toronto. And the Santa Claus. These houses here, also seen in the film if you look carefully. They'd look plenty different now because we're talking like, I don't know, well over 25 years. I think 26, 27 years. I forget exactly what year it came out, but these houses you've seen in the film probably when the sleigh's going up. Anyway, here in Oakville, Ontario. Sleigh ran up right here in the street. Ever seen a pretty intersection like this? Look at that. Walking the rainbow. Walking the rainbow. Hey, you're covering up my rainbow view here. Just around this corner, walked right up here on Navy Street, and this is where he did the naughty and nice scene. And he turned around about up here and went, "Ah, Veronica, very nice." He says, "Dream on, sleigh boy." That was right here on Navy Street. Right here in Oakville. This was Charlie, Laura, and Neil's house in the Santa Claus. Right here, there's the steps from the movie. Go up quick. Right here. I want to bug the people who may or may not be home, but there it is. Charlie was up in that room, dancing around in galoshes. I don't care what Neil's doing. Where's Charlie? Canoe's here to see the house too, doing her business. There it is. Her house. She came down those stairs to talk to Scott Calvin, who would have been here where Paquito's standing. Delica. That's it. So his sleigh was on this roof at one point. Charlie was on the roof. They didn't know where he was. Basically, his sleigh took off into the sky right up here. His sleigh was right here, and he was dropping presents to the kids. Gave Neil his weenie whistle. Saw this biker going by. Woo! There it is. Judge Reinhold in there. And her. That was Neil's house. Charlie's house, Neil's house, Laura's house, whatever you want to call it. The Santa Claus. Right here in Oakville, Ontario. Now, they did some separate scenes around Oakville. This was where the climax of the film happened, right on this street. Of course, where it's not dressed in white, but that's the house. That is Laura's house. Right there from the Santa Claus, and this is where it ended. Right here, sleigh went up. She went, "Okay, Scott, just a quick ride, not over any rivers." Yeah, that was her, right from that doorstep. Yeah, Laura's house. The Santa Claus. Hope you enjoyed this film location tour, even if it's not Christmas. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. It's pretty cool. Charlie, Laura, and Neil's house. Right there. Give you one final peek. Right there. that classic walkway now covered by hedges. Thanks for joining in, watching that film location tour. If you enjoyed that, give her a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Lets me know people are watching, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. That's why, even in the summertime, I figured, what the hell, let's go check out the spots from the Santa Claus. And I'm glad we did. It was a good experience. Yeah. Got the trilogy here. Santa Claus trilogy, number 2 and 3. Number 3 with Martin Short. Very funny, very funny. 2's not bad either. Eric Lloyd, also in both those films. Judge Reinhold, hilarious. Tim Allen, unbelievable in this movie. So it's kind of an honor to do a Tim Allen movie. Thanks again. See you next time. Mr. Thrasha Show. Goodbye. This was Scott Calvin's house in the film, the Santa Claus. It's coming out right here. So when he heard noises in the night, Santa's sleigh was right up there. He said, "Hey you!" And he came coming off the roof. And he would have landed slightly. If you look at it, there's a little bit of movie magic, because he would have landed over there. However, if he slid off the roof, he would have hit this thing at the top. So that doesn't really match up.